or just be yourself. If people don't like it if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Big Los.
Hello, Kev.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Let's just go ahead and knock these out because it took us a while during our initial episode that should have been on time, which we'll get to. Go ahead and copy some merch from thenoizemerch.threadless.com. That is thenoizemerch.threadless, THREADLESS.com. My spelling almost failed me there.
I was finna say, you got to spell it? We shouldn't have to. But then I realized people are kind of dumb.
Exactly. And they were like, wait, what did he say? Threadless? Tedless? You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But what's so crazy that in the midst of doing that, I was like, THR. I had to like see it in my head for a second. Look, public school. Anyway, and also download the Beat Network app on Amazon Video today. Yeah. Just search Beat Network with the exclamation mark and you will get all of our visual content because, you know, we're kind of those niggas.
Sort of brag.
So this is late.
But it's not our fault.
It is absolutely not our fault. We recorded on Sunday. And as you notice, this is also still not on video. Mm-hmm. We had video.
Yes.
We recorded everything. However, and you know, shout out to my Beat Network team for being so patient and understanding as well. My laptop is not just my laptop for Beat. It is just my laptop in general.
Right.
So when I'm not editing, when I'm not doing shit on Photoshop, when I'm not recording on it,
it's a laptop.
It's a laptop.
Right.
And I've had this laptop since my second semester in grad school. So that would be 2015. And no lie, this laptop has been getting used every day since I got it in 2015. Yeah. And not just like general computer usage. I've been editing on this laptop every day because, as we've told y'all before, the inspiration for Beat Network came from when I was in grad school, learning how to edit and do all that other good stuff. I say all of that long ass explanation to say my shit is starting to go to the shits. And again, we recorded on video, we recorded on audio, but for some reason the audio had sudden skips in it. And I was like, okay, well, let me just take out this little chunk of conversation.
Right.
But I'm like, but if I take out this chunk of conversation, I got to take out this chunk of conversation because then this ain't going to make sense.
Right.
And that's Google Assistant telling us about takeout because I said the word takeout. The feds are always listening. Y'all remember that.
Yeah.
But you know, you take out certain conversations and then other conversations don't make any fucking sense.
True.
So it got to the point where I was chopping off really dope conversation that we were having. And I'm like, it's not going to work. And then, of course, trying to align for all those that do editing, that edit the audio separately. You guys know about this headache, but the audio wouldn't align with the video. Mm-hmm. So it took a lot of clipping. And I talk to you all the time about the devil that is rendering. And it was just way too fucking much.
Yeah, it was just better off just redoing it.
Like let's just bang out another episode completely. Right. And we're lucky now because there's actually some shit to talk about. Even though, you know, us having a conversation is the easiest thing ever. Sometimes y'all are able to tell when we ain't got nothing to talk about. Other times, y'all say straight up, oh yeah, nothing happened this week. Yeah. This was one of those times that, you know, y'all wouldn't have been able to tell.
Right.
However, you know, y'all know how the Noize get down and how we've gotten down for the last 4 years. So just pretending as if I didn't just see you on Sunday. Kev, my friend. Mm-hmm. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Good. I'm good, I guess. Guess as good as it can be, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, right there with you.
Tired of being in the house, but at the same time, ain't nowhere to go. So,
cause it's COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I can't even say that because way too many states are opening back up.
Yeah, there's a lot of states opening back up.
As if the hotline ain't blinging right now.
Yeah, but Nevada is not one of them. So,
oh yeah, absolutely not. Because our numbers, I can't wait until the numbers come in full for New Year's. I feel like it has come in.
I can only imagine. It probably has. They just ain't saying shit.
It was just like shh.
Right.
Put that back in your pocket.
Right. Just don't even talk about that.
I need to talk to
They
nobody.
treat those
Not
numbers
bad.
like Voldemort. They just, they're not even going to talk.
We don't say that name.
Yeah.
We don't say, no, we don't, what numbers? Nah, we good on that. They definitely keeping that shit on the COVID numbers in Vegas is definitely that one chick that wasn't supposed to get out that you
Right.
hit,
That you take to the grave.
that you take to the grave. But for some reason,
Yeah, for some reason.
somebody knew
Uh-huh.
and decided to hit that mass text.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting on that mass text about who hit Broomhilda. Because we need that information.
I was drunk.
That's what
Her Broomhilda had that fire too.
had that father throw baby.
Right.
I gotta compliment you in the most paused way possible because when we first recorded, you had the Huey fro, and I see you here today with the Puerto Rican curl. See, I'm very jealous
Well, thank you. But why are you jealous?
because first of all, I don't have hair.
That part is apparent.
Everything kind of falls down to the
Yeah,
face.
but it's apparent.
Secondly, when I did have hair, it was the most annoying shit in the world because when I did used to have hair, when I did used to have public school, when I used to have hair, that may be wrong too.
No, I
And-
think that's all right. When I used to,
That's on the right one?
That's right.
That's on the right rhyme scheme. Sure. Anyway, when the only time my fro would like flourish was right after the braids were taken out, and then my shit
I
was
get
like
it.
crazy long.
I get it.
But I get the curly hair from my mom's side, but it never really did the curl because then on my dad's side is a bunch of West Indians,
It didn't
Guyanese
quite
rosters. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
So it wasn't curl; it was just coarse like shit.
Just
You know what I'm
twist.
saying?
Just twist.
So anytime I got my hair wet, first of all, the extravaganza that was the hair would kind of shrink down to this.
Yeah,
Like,
I eat mine. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But no, but you still got some puff to it. My shit would just shrink and then Brillo pad. Like I was looking, like it was looking real early 70s ish. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. I got you.
And boy, I had to moisturize that joint to comb it out because once you put that comb in there, it was so coarse.
Yeah, it was hard.
Well, that shit sounded like a bad TV.
Well, no, man, I appreciate it. Actually, yeah, I still deal with this shrinkage. You know what I mean? It's longer now, so can't really tell as much, I guess. I want to do one of those. What do you call it? It's not Ancestry, the black one.
I know which one you're talking about.
I
I
want to
can't
do
think
one
of
of
what the name is.
I
but
want
know
to do
what
one of
you're
those
talking
only because when I really like look at like my grandmother and stuff like that, and I'm like, yo, something else has to be there. It may not be a lot. I hope it's not a lot, but something else has to be there for my hair to do this type of thing. And then
about. Look, I keep calling you Kevito. I'm telling you, that's an early ancestor.
and I've heard that before. Somebody has called me that plenty of time before. And then I did Back to the Classics yesterday, and I had my hair pulled back. And you know, when you have your hair pulled back, it pull back your skin. So I'm looking in the camera, and I'm like, my forehead ain't this big. It's not big like that. So I say, you know what? I'm not pulling my hair back this particular time.
Let me go ahead and just shake this shit out.
Yeah.
And see, that's another issue that I had because my hair was so coarse and would just shrink down to the undercover brother fro. If I try pulling my shit into a ponytail, I'm looking surprised no matter what I'm doing.
I've seen those. Why you look so surprised?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
those.
Like, motherfuckers think I'm, staring them up and down. No, I'm trying to blink. This is the furthest, you know what I'm saying, my eyelids can go. You feel me?
I said, I'm trying to blink.
I'm trying to give you a full blink because my
That's funny.
shit's is dry.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? But speaking of that, yes, you are going to be on Back to the Classics. This will be out on Wednesday. So tomorrow, Thursday, and they're doing the artist showcase for Chadwick Boseman. Y'all definitely make sure y'all check that out this week.
Yeah.
Back to Class just started their artist showcase for Black History Month last year. And it was amazing last year, being that, they're dealing with the late Chadwick Boseman this year. It's going to be another amazing artist showcase. So big ups to Back to the Classics. Shout out to Jay and Dave. Say all that to say, you're going to be on Back to the Classics tomorrow. What movie did y'all do?
We did 42.
Okay. Did you see it before?
I did see it before when it came out, but I hadn't watched it since then. So honestly, I knew we had to record like a few hours before then. I kind of watched it and was watching it with a different set of eyes, of course.
Right.
And it's still a great movie, but it helped me be able to talk about it more during the show.
That's one of the things I love about doing Back to the Classics is watching movies with a different set of eyes.
Yeah.
I'll never forget how much we pissed off the internet with our review of Beverly Hills Ninja. That people were cussing us out in multiple languages, because you watch it as a child and it's Chris Farley. Yay,
Right.
fart jokes. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace.
That's a
Rest in peace,
cult
Chris Farley.
classic.
Let me just say that. But it's absolutely a cult classic to the word. However, everyone's not a part of that cult.
Yeah.
And apparently I wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid anymore.
Yeah.
Cause I was just like, yo, this movie is terrible in the sense of production and how it's put together. Like, I can still appreciate it for its time, and its nostalgia purposes absolutely still exist. But I was just like, damn, I was easily entertained as a kid.
I see stuff like that happening like even more because eventually they're going to have to do a movie that Beyonce was in. The Beehive is going to have a fucking film.
Hey, no, I tried to tell them that y'all should have did the hip hopper. I think that
they could have did that with no just any of them. If it got Beyonce in it,
that hit 20 years. What was it? 2019? Because it came out in 99.
I thought it came out 2000, like 2000 or 01.
I think it was 99 because she was still with
I know
Destiny
she was still
Child.
with Destiny Child at the time. Really? I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we normally do on this show, we'll give you the sultry sounds of your boy Big Los as we Google. I believe it was 99. Hold on, we about to find out right now.
I'm not sure. I just know that.
Oh, you're right. 2001.
Whenever that movie,
So they still missed it. Oh, it's this year.
No,
oh,
it's
shit.
this year.
They need to do it.
When they do that movie, it is going to be some shit.
October 5th. Hey, make sure. Oh, wait, this says October 15th. Oh, no, that's the Netherlands. Got you. Okay. See, that's why you read the whole thing. So make sure y'all remind, Back to the Classics in May 8th, 2001. They need to set up a Back to the Classics and probably even do it in conjunction with, Cinema Rehab. Y'all need to go ahead and review Carmen the Hip Hopper.
And y'all need to check out Cinema Rehab.
And absolutely.
I
We're definitely going to get there for sure.
I had the pleasure of checking that out on our Beat Network app. I checked that out today, and it's fantastic. I got to give a shout out. They
Absolutely.
That's dope.
I love their chemistry. That shit is so funny. They have such a brother sister vibe.
Yeah,
like, it's amazing.
And outside of what I mean, I'll talk to you more about it off air, of course. But man, I can't wait for COVID to be over,
bro.
Because I can only imagine how dope it would be seeing those two in the same
absolutely.
space. Oh my god, it
absolutely. Where was I going with that entire conversation? Yes. Anyway, dope. So you're gonna be on Back to the Classics tomorrow. Definitely looking forward to seeing that. So I'm gonna be working on that tonight, which is Tuesday. So that can be ready to go. Of course, we're going to be working on the beat as well. I guess I got to also touch on that as well. With the beat, the last 2 episodes, me and Rach haven't been on camera. That doesn't mean we haven't recorded on camera. Again, my laptop's been doing whatever the fuck it wants to. It seems to be working a little better now. So hopefully today's episode was on camera. If not, hope you enjoyed our voices. But yeah, I really got to get a new laptop or at least take it down to the Apple store. You ever notice the Apple store looks almost like what the Illuminati like waiting room would look like?
I wouldn't think that Illuminati had a waiting room. I figure if you know somebody, you gonna get in without really waiting too long.
Like I
have to do some shit like chop up a baby or something, but
you know what I'm saying? You may have to boil a cat.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if Illuminati did have like an actual corporate building to go to,
that'd be the place.
I wouldn't be surprised that as soon as you walk in and they say you wait in the foyer area and you got to go outside and it's the fucking Apple store.
I wouldn't be surprised at that. Like, I do want to check out that Apple store that's floating. It's like on the water. I forget which country it is. They got an Apple store where they made it to where it's like it's floating. Like you go to it and it's in the middle of some water. I forget what country it is. It got to be like their lake or something like that. But it's Apple store and it's like a bubble in the middle of water.
I just want to go on record and say, even if you're not a supporter of Beat Network or the Noize podcast, cut the goddamn check because y'all are spending money on stupid shit.
Oh yeah, it's dumb shit.
I just saw Elon Musk. He done did his second test flight, and that shit blew up again.
Yeah, at this point, we have to understand that Elon he's very smart when it comes to constructing stuff. Either him or the people he got working for him, they're not very good builders.
No, not at all.
Because it seems like every one of his projects, we get so hyped about, oh, he about to do this, or he talks about what he wants to do, and then the shit blows up.
I mean, his cars are still killing.
Well, yeah, I guess. If you want to say that.
I mean, it kind of is.
No, I'm not saying they're not. I just don't know too many people would be like, yo, got that new Tesla on deck.
Out here rocking.
Right, it's still BMWs and Benzes, Roses, but hey.
Let me ask you this, because I know they're both kind of like racing to see who's going to get out there first. Who do you think is going to make it to space first with their, I forgot how they're wording it, but basically doing their airlines, but space, space excursions or whatever. Josh Bayless or Elon Musk? Who do you think is going to make it out there first? Now, Josh Bayless, that's the CEO of Virgin.
Right.
And, you know, he's building his rocket too.
I think Elon will make it to space first. However, I think everybody else will be way more efficient and way more like, what's the word? Elon is gonna be name brand. Everybody else is not gonna be name brand, but they're gonna be better than name brand. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it, because I just don't see a lot of stuff fails with him. His vision is there, and then some, but it fails. You know what I mean?
So Elon is gonna be Apple Jacks, and everyone else is gonna be Apple Boppers, Frosty Flakes.
Well, that would work only if Apple Jacks didn't taste. If those tasted good, it probably would work. But
you don't like Apple Jacks?
No, I'm talking about the non-name brands.
Oh, I'm about to say, I fuck with Apple Boppers. They just get stale quicker.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
you gotta spend that extra $1 if you want freshness for another week.
Yeah,
but yeah. Nah, I'm curious to see where they go with that. And
will you be regardless on who goes first? And once they realize, like, we got this, in the wraps, are you gonna do it?
I'm okay.
Oh, me too.
Because one, clearly that's something that's made for millionaires, billionaires. I'm just barely a 30-40 year. And, you know, so I'm going to pass on that. I can't even put a deposit on that bitch. Secondly.
Okay. If you could, if you had all the money, would you do it?
Which is perfect, because that's my secondly. No, because I've seen NASA shit explode. Listen, it only took 2 of them. I saw the Challenger explode going up, and I saw, I forgot what this other one was called.
One coming down.
But the one I saw explode coming down.
Yeah, that's all you need to see.
Both of them, nobody survived.
But they were, I mean, we made big technical advances.
That's all right. That's all right. That's okay.
Always saying if I knew I can go and come down safely, then I would go. But
now, granted,
you can't guarantee that. So
it doesn't happen enough. But jet fuel is something that I can't fucking play with. Like, I can do it on a plane only because I don't know why I could do it on a plane. But for some reason, a plane just seems so. You know what? I've seen people survive airplane crashes.
Yeah, because it's in our atmosphere. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
It's in our atmosphere. Once you start going up there, it's like, not only do I not know too many people who've been up here, but I don't know nobody who survived if shit goes bad.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers say, we have ejection seats. I'm just going to eject into the fucking atmosphere, into the goddamn hottest part of the earth. Kiss my ass. No, I'm cool. Cause like I said, it only take one pigeon to get into that motherfucking burner. And that's that.
Yeah.
Listen, rest in peace to everybody that was on board of the Challenger. I have to say that before I get into this next subject. The first time I ever saw the Challenger explosion, clearly this is way before my time as an adult with adult eyes. Wait, is it?
Yeah. What do you mean, is it? Duh, yeah.
I've got to double check it now.
Happened when we was kids. You wouldn't have had adult eyes.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, absolutely. It wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have been when we were, adults or whatever. It was 86. So I wasn't even a thought
yet.
It
wasn't even,
seeing video of the Challenger explode, it was like the same reaction they had in that video in 86. I had the exact same reaction when I first saw it. Because, you know, when you're young, you know, kids with they, you know, I was about to shit on kids for a second. My bad, y'all. But, you know, kids with their you know what I'm saying, overthinking mindset. I'm going to be president. I'm going to be an astronaut, all this other stuff. You know, of course, I was one of those kids that, I want to do this, I want to do that. I said 30 different fucking things.
I think we all did.
Until it became time for me to go to college and get all this shit. And I was like, communications. I am not reading shit. I'm okay. I'm going to make something. But, you know, and you want to be an astronaut, so you watching shit take off, and then, you know, you get to the Challenger, and you watch that video that day.
You change your mind.
Didn't want to be an astronaut no more. I'm okay. I'm okay. And again, it's not funny what happened to them. Oh, but the broadcast was hilarious because they were, you know, they were giving it so much praise, and the Challenger is going up. It's beautiful. And then poof, Now you didn't hear it, but that's just when the explosion happens. And it's beautiful. And then once the explosion happens, the motherfucker it's beautiful. We believe something went wrong. You believe?
The Los makes the best facial expressions, y'all. Like, oh my God, that just makes what he says even more funnier. Oh my goodness.
Again, we'll get back on camera one of these days.
Yo,
but yeah, like, and that's another reason why I didn't want to get into traditional media. I didn't want to get into news media, stuff like that, because I don't know how I would react being on hand for some shit like that. You've been around me when I've watched certain movies. If a nigga get hit with the right combination just fighting, I'm you know what I'm saying? You just imagine me being, you know what I'm saying, there for the challenger and that shit. And it's a beautiful sight. And look at the fly. Oh shit!
And then at that time too, they would have been like, "Oh no, they beat."
Right, you know they hit that beat button hella fucking late. And listen, all professionalism would have gone out the fucking door. I'm like, yo, that shit's they are dead. Did
y'all see that blow up? Did y'all see it?
Shit, even fucking fast forward 9/11. I remember watching 9/11 as a kid. I remember watching 9/11 as a 12-year-old kid on TV. Because they were, you remember they were doing the coverage all morning. I remember. We were in school, and that's when you first really, got your idea about terrorism. Mm-hmm. You're in school and they're watching it. I don't know why they're watching it in school, but they had it on every fucking TV, even in the classrooms. And I remember watching the second plane go into the tower.
Yeah, I watched the second plane too. I was still getting dressed for school. Yep.
And that's when they realized, oh no, this is an attack. Yeah. It ain't just two planes just flying into the Twin Towers. Mm. But when it happened, again, it's not funny what happened to any of those people. I'm definitely, even though, I say all the things I say about when people say remember 9/11, I am one of those people that does remember that does remember 9/11 and does hold it close to heart, but I'm still one of those people that say, yeah, remember 9/11, but let's also remember slavery. None of that shit was funny. But I know if I was working that day, how I reacted when I first saw it would have been exactly how I reacted on camera. And the tower is on fire. Oh, shit! It would have, the whole report I would have been viral before viral. If I had any kind of media job prior to, viral sensation, my videos 1 million clicks every time. Cause they'd have just been waiting for me to react to some shit.
I can see it. I can hella see it. Oh man, it'll be funny.
Cause it's too much shit happens in real time.
Yeah.
For you to be prepared for. Again, salute to those people who can handle that. Cause like I said, my man's got quiet. There was a, what was the video? It was an old Hindenburg. The Hindenburg blimp. Mm-hmm. That would be me.
If he was going off.
If you haven't seen the Hindenburg video,
just YouTube it.
And the Hindenburg was a gigantic blimp that they fucked up real bad. Mm-hmm. Had a leak in the little helium, in the helium parachute part. And of course, you need fire to power that. So fire hit the helium, and that was that. Mm-hmm. And the guy that was reporting it's one of those old videos, and he's like, and look at the Hindenburg go, and da-da-da-da. Man, when that motherfucker caught fire, oh my God, it's horrible. What a tragedy. I was like, yep, me. That would be me. So I'm in the right medium. I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Where you're supposed to be.
I'm where I'm supposed to be, absolutely.
Right.
I also have some news to report, so I guess I could be there. I took a nap today, bro.
Whoa, how was that?
Dog, it was different. It was so different.
Did you have any wild dreams?
Nah, it was just blank. It looked like when the cable get cut off. It was
just dark.
It was just dark, right? I think I was too tired to dream about anything. But I took about a 3-hour nap. I intended for it to be like an hour.
That's dope.
But it literally, as soon as I put out Cinema Rehab, I was like, all right, I'm finna lay down so I can have somewhat of a clear mind, because everyone can tell when I'm tired, because I get to rambling, I get to sounding stupid. Like it's I guess more so than normal. And I was like, yeah, I just want to make sure I'm fresh so we can get this better episode of The Noize. Boy, when I laid down and my alarm finally went off, because I always know to set my alarm just in case. Mm-hmm. My alarm went off. I said, damn, I really dedicated all 3 hours to this nap.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
I'm proud of you.
Proud of you.
Proud of me.
Yeah.
So, just, the quick praise report, I guess, that your boy was able to take a nap. So like we mentioned in the beginning, there were some things that happened throughout these couple days going into the new week. And yeah, definitely more interesting than what happened last week. So let's get into some of these things. Out the game, we talk about it all the time. I will never understand how rappers who make it to a certain level of success are still getting in trouble and getting their names mixed up in cases that are murder charges. I would never understand that. Gun charges, okay, I get it. Drug charges, okay, I get it. Murder, nigga. Why are you even in these positions? Now, Silento, as everyone just saw, you probably saw this morning because we're going to talk about it on the beat. Silento has been charged for murdering his cousin. Now, Jay Alonso put me on game earlier that apparently a video came out a year or two ago, or maybe even a couple months ago, dealing with Silento doing some homosexual activities.
Really?
And I guess the cousin that was murdered was the one that put it out. Now, that's alleged. I don't know if that's true. Didn't even have a chance to really look into it, but that is something that I saw. Another cape they've been given to him was that he's suffered from some mental health issues in the last few years. I'm sorry, but I can't help but to see Silento whipping that nene for cigarettes and Jello.
Yeah, that's all we.
That's being the rest of his life.
Yeah,
you not going to jail with no street cred. I don't give a fuck if you did kill a nigga. You may whip that name.
Hey, I guess it depends. It depends on how he is in the streets prior to him whipping that name. And I mean, we still got to remember Tyrese made a sweet lady, but he from Watts. So
Tyrese also wants to know what else do you want from him.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but
I'm a terrible sea walk.
I'm just saying to say you got to know who the person is before that. I can't take what he did to get on, from him, but. Like you said, I don't understand how these rappers get murder charges. Like,
right.
Chill.
Gotta relax, man. And in no situation, especially if it's something dealing, if the whole something gay came out about him, situation is true. First of all, you're never going to be bigger than Whip That Nay Nay. Hence why we haven't heard from you since Whip That Nay Nay. However, if something like that come out, nigga, it is 2021. Just be gay.
Yeah, I think right now is probably the best time to be gay in history, right?
If this is not the time, then when?
It has to be now.
The White House had a rainbow on it. Be gay.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's if that's the situation. Now, if it is mental health issues, I am curious that you are somebody with money. You are somebody with some bread about you because you still get your streams on Whip That Nay Nay. I'm pretty sure somebody was doing it on TikTok, so he's probably still getting paid off of that as well. I don't understand who's in your camp that isn't making sure you stay on top of your mental health, that you stay on top of whatever medications you had to be on that if you weren't on turned you into a goddamn murderer. You know what I mean? Like, this is where mental health, gets into a slippery slope because then people start using that as an excuse behind why they did something.
Right.
And again, like, he outside of that, he was already running into like a string of trouble. Remember he had that speeding charge not too long ago. And then I think he had a drug charge as well recently.
Really? I don't know. You obviously keep up with him way more than me.
Huge fan of Silento. You ain't hip to that new Silento?
Well, I have two.
Y'all probably have never heard that sentence a day before. Y'all like, y'all ain't hip to that new Silento?
Did he drop an album or was it just that song?
I'm proud of him.
Far as him, if he isn't up on his mental health and he has money, I don't know. I know sometimes finding the right person to help you in those cases could be a little bit more challenging, but you're right. Like, if you got somebody in your camp, you need to be on top of mental health if that is what's going on. But I do have a question for you. If a person that has mental health, has been diagnosed as for sure got mental health problems, so happen to kill somebody that you love, whether a family member or a spouse or just a really close friend, do you hold more animosity towards him because he killed the person? Or I should say, would you hold more animosity because if he wasn't mentally challenged or if he is? Do you see where I'm trying to go?
Got you. So here's my issue, and this may be a bad thing. Y'all can let me know. I feel like with mental health issues, like depression, the main thought that comes to your head is harming yourself. Mm-hmm. I'm having a really hard time looking at the people who claim mental health issues that harm others. I have a hard time taking
What if the
in.
person is schizophrenic though? Well, like, I don't know if you.
Well, that's different.
Okay.
You're schizophrenic. That's literally something that you can't control. Like, I can't be mad at somebody for cussing in church and I find out that they got Tourette's. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to question, why are you here? But, or why aren't you on some kind of medication for it? But you can't, it's very hard to be like, yo, that shit is, still fucked up. You should have been someone in your right mind, whatever, especially dealing with schizophrenia. But when it's just, he's had some mental health issues along the way, because 9 times out of 10, that quote mental health issue was fucking rage.
So you would rather if it is mental health, be more specific.
Exactly. Don't just blanket it as mental health issues, because then that immediately, scares people. Because when people say mental health issues, it's a blanket. Oh, so now he's either on suicide watch or he's on murder watch. It never goes to a place where maybe they're just sad. Maybe they just don't want to get out of bed. Maybe they, what I'm saying? Maybe it's affecting their work. It's affecting their way of life. It's affecting their eating. Like, there's so many things tied into, what I'm saying, the blanket of mental health issues, that as soon as you catch a homie, I got mental health issues.
Right. And you're right. They shouldn't blanket it, because by you blanketing it, the people that hear about stuff like this, they hear mental health issues, they're scared.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you were to be like, no, this person had schizophrenia, they should know, okay, people that have this is something they could potentially do, opposed to just blanketing it. Because, like you said, the depressed person might just think about harming himself. But since you blanket it with mental health issues, now people are scared, thinking he's going to do something to whoever.
Exactly. And it's just like, it's like the conversation that we've had on the show plenty of times, when you weaponize a struggle.
Yeah.
When a black person goes on a shooting spree, like the dude that killed those cops, all it took for him to say was Black Lives Matter. And all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter are murdering cops. No, that nigga was crazy.
Right.
He decided to go on a murder spree. Aaron Hernandez, he killed dude because he found out he was gay. Now you're weaponizing homosexuality. No, that nigga was crazy. Like, we got to stop weaponizing struggles, because then they're no longer a struggle. Because and mental health has always been did he kill him? Did he have mental health? That's the next. Did he have mental health issues? You know what I mean? Like, we got to stop. We got to stop doing that. We really got to look at it for what it is, or find out exactly what the problem is.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
There's a situation that I won't put out there too much, but there was a homie that just happened not too long ago. And again, I know everyone involved, except for the dude that did it. And he has serious mental health issues. He has schizophrenia and one other condition I can't think, but he was off his meds. So he just reacted. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you want to be like, oh, murder or whatever. But then there's that piece of you like, fuck, if he'd actually, been on his meds and been, taking care of the situation, this wouldn't have popped off. Now, it is very hard to justify whether or not that was the reason. However, it does introduce that pillar.
Right. Like, it could
possibility.
Be.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But with Silento, what I was just looking up, August last year, he had a domestic violence case. And he was, he had another case where he walked into a random home with a hatchet looking for his girlfriend. And then he had another case in October where he was speeding and reckless driving, going 143 on the Interstate 85.
Yeah, it sounds like it may not be mental health issue. That nigga just might be off.
He's just wilding. Exactly. Yeah. He's just off. He's just wilding the fuck out. And I think that's where the difference comes in.
Right.
Which is why we can't keep blanketing everything with mental health issues, because some niggas just be out here wilding.
Yeah. It sounds like that's what he was just doing.
And that's, I don't know. I just have I have a hard time taking those into account. And again, mental health is something that's very, very important to me. So it kind of sucks when people try to throw that out there, like, oh,
they take advantage of it, or because now it seems like when people do get caught, like this, oh, he has mental health, or they throw it out there and to try to save them. And it's like, dude, that's not how it works.
Right.
People out here that's really struggling, you know what I mean? And you just made it that much harder for them.
I mean, shit, you look at serial killers. Now, you know me, I be on my documentaries heavy.
When it comes to serial killers, I do too. Yeah.
There's a doc that you can actually find on YouTube called Born to Kill. They go over everybody. And one thing that I've noticed, especially with some of the ones that are still alive, prison has done for them what it was supposed to do for them, allegedly, because they could just be playing. But for some of them, how it shows up, prison, you know what I'm saying, did for them what it was supposed to do for them, that was rehabilitate them. A lot of them have become ministers and all this other shit, and they do all these things in prison, you know, whether helping the actual prisoners or helping people that write into them. And it's just like, okay, and that's with prison. So if we're saying this person had mental health issues and then went to prison, a place where that is clearly not where they fix your mental health.
Clearly.
They're supposed to just rehabilitate you and, you know, make you pay for your, you know what I'm saying, for your crimes or whatever. Why all of a sudden now you're a pastor? Now all of a sudden you're a counselor. You just snap out of it like that? Because to my knowledge, to my experiences, that's not how mental health works.
Right. Leads me to believe that they probably never had mental health issues.
They were just nuts.
Yeah. And they've realized, oh, if I do this, it can help my image to get out of here that much faster so I can go back and doing nut shit. So,
yeah. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with Silento.
Did this just happen today? Like him being booked in jail and stuff like that for today?
Right.
Or?
So he was charged today.
Okay.
But I think the murder happened January 21st, according to
Did it say what he did? Like, what he did with the body and stuff? Like how did he get caught?
He left it. Oh, it was all left there. They said they found eight casings. And there's video. They caught one shot on video.
I never understand why is there, unless there's a security camera, why is there always video of these people doing stupid shit?
Bruh,
whether it be that or something completely harmless, but it's stupid. Why is there video of this stuff?
Because you know where they found it? The Ring doorbell. Remember that video I just showed you the other day of that DJ getting killed?
Yeah.
Now, you know, terrible situation. Definitely RIP to that DJ, but you got a Ring doorbell. Nigga, you not about to stand in my fucking hallway looking like one of the goddamn three ninjas with a fucking M16 in your hand, and I'm just gonna let you in. No, I got a ring. I'm checking to see who the fuck this is.
Right. I just don't understand. Like this is a ring or something like that. I don't understand why people want to record everything. Like I seen a video on Instagram where this dude, he worked at, I don't know which fast food place it was, but you know how in the fast food places they have like the safe at the bottom, like for the big bills and stuff like that. It could have been a convenience store because they have that same safe too. He opened the safe, took the money out the safe, and was taking pictures with the money and posing like it was his. Why?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not, hey, you shouldn't be doing it, period. But, okay, you're doing it. Why are you recording it? Everything does not have to go on the ground.
I got 4 words for you. Rich off of VDD. They made a single with that shit.
Yeah.
Recorded the operator checking their fucking...
I wonder if their single gets streams.
Yeah, because they're viral. Hey, fun behind the curtain situation. Before we were able to get on Amazon, that's one of the episodes we had to snatch off of YouTube because we got a copyright claim on it because we played the video.
Yeah, you're right.
I thought that was just some independent niggas. So nah, they are.
You're right.
They're getting what they want out of it.
Damn.
Yeah. And they're never going to see that money because that's all court fees.
Court fees, commissary.
And you got to pay that shit back. You better whip that nay for cigarettes and Jello. That's the next option from there. Let's get into some good black people conversation, man. Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guy, man. 5-year deal with Disney.
One day in the future to work with that man.
Absolutely. Shit, just give me in the room. I just want to have a conversation with him.
I just want to be in a writer's room. Just put me in a writer's room and I'm straight.
That's all I need, man. But of course, the work with him would be absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
But Ryan Coogler, 5-year deal with Disney. And part of that deal is that he's going to be producing a Wakanda-based TV show for Disney Plus. First of all, we see Disney Plus is already cleaning up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already getting their merits out in the streaming game. So big ups to them. But this is a huge deal, not just for Ryan Coogler as a black creative, but for black creatives in general. Ryan Coogler is a young dude. And not only is he a young dude, he doesn't try to come off as anything else but himself.
Right.
Like when you watch Ryan Coogler on Good Morning America or any of these, super popular, white daytime morning shows and shit like that, I'm almost waiting for him to say nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because he sounds like one of us because he is one of us. And that's such a huge deal because you can't deny talent. You can't deny, general excellence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's just a shining example of whatever box that America tries to put you in because of how you look or how you talk. We're still great. Mm-hmm. And he was able to show that. Because like I said, you talk to Ryan Coogler, he's going to sound like a nigga from the block because he is a nigga from the block. Right. But he's also one of the greatest directors and writers in the industry right now.
Exactly. And then, excuse me, the good thing about this is he'll put other black people in position to win.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, whether it be somebody that you don't know or somebody that you do know, they're going to be in position to win by him being in this position. So it's dope.
You'll know better than me, but Black Panther was the highest grossing MCU movie the highest grossing MCU movie outside of the Avengers or the highest grossing period?
I don't think it's it might not be. At the time, I think it was. I think either Infinity War or Endgame probably surpassed it, not by much. Mm-hmm. But at the time, I think it was the highest grossing.
So at one point, he had the highest grossing MCU movie. Everything Marvel, comic books in general, isn't our field. It isn't our lane. Mm-hmm. But you had to give that credit to a black man creating a movie set in Africa where the superhero is black. Yeah. Like that's a different level of creative control. Yeah. Because he didn't bend for anybody. Mm-mm.
It's like they gave him the keys and was like, go for what you know.
Go for what you know.
He did that.
And in a lot of those movies, they always have to introduce the white savior. Mm-hmm. They didn't even allow that.
Nah, it was no white savior. You know it was a white. No, we saved you.
Exactly. No, we helped you out.
And one thing that you said that I also think is dope. You said black people are not necessarily in the superhero realm or range, which is correct. But I also think it's dope that no matter what it is, as black people, we can do it.
Absolutely.
We may not be, and the superhero may not be completely our thing, but if that's what we're doing, we're going to do it, and it's going to be dope.
Absolutely.
The detective story may not be a black person's thing, but no, we gonna make this detective seem like a G. You know what I mean?
That's why ever since, I want to say Get Out. Yeah, I want to say Get Out. Like we're really, really investing ourselves into entertainment wise. We're investing ourselves in the themes that's not considered our normal. That that isn't considered our usual, the ones that we normally see as the box office smash, like the romantic comedies or the hood movies and shit like that. It's like we're expanding outside of that, and we're killing this shit.
Yeah,
and I think that's what makes it so fucking dope. Because listen, we already a problem, but now you're gonna let us dip our toe in some shit that y'all normally do. Oh, we about to really be a problem.
Exactly, man. And I think a lot of I don't want this term to be blanketed, but a lot of white people, I honestly think that's what they're afraid of.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We clearly can already see that physically. They already look at us like, okay, he or she is up when it comes to physically, but now they're seeing that intellectually, we can surpass that too, and that's what they're afraid of. So, absolutely. Although stuff like this is a great opportunity for us, we have to expect that there is going to be some resistance and some pushback. But I feel as long as we can keep doing stuff like Mr. Coogler is doing, there's nothing we can't do.
And I think that's what makes it so dope is that, there's going to be resistance. However, because of people like Ryan Coogler, Issa Rae, of course, Lena Waithe, absolutely.
Shonda
Rhimes, absolutely. It's so many creators of color who are doing things outside of our realm that now
I can't believe I forgot Ava. I love her.
Right, I love Ava. Like she's dope, super dope. But I look at all these amazing creators, and to your point, they can't deny us because there's too many of us doing, and we're all at the top level of positions. As soon as you hear Ava DuVernay, Lena Waithe, Issa Rae, Ryan Coogler, as soon as you hear these names, and I talk about him all the goddamn time, and here I am forgetting his name now. Get Out. Jordan Peele. My memory is trash, y'all. We already know that. 4 years.
It was that nap.
Had to be the nap. Jordan Peele. Like, there are so many creators of color that are the new box office killers, that are the new, you know, classic makers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't deny us. All that means is they're going to try different ways to do it, because now you can't publicly do it anymore. Because now, because, you know what I'm saying, now Juneteenth is a national holiday. Now,
it's going to be a lot
Black History Month, you know, is this huge thing. Black Lives Matter is up for a fucking Nobel Peace Prize, which we will get to. Like, you can't deny us anymore. So they got to find secretive, sneaky ways to do it. But in between that time, most of us are going to slip through the cracks. Yeah. Because they're definitely leaving the doors open.
Yeah, they're leaving the doors they're leaving the doors open. I hope to one day be able to be mentioned with those people. And to your point, they're going to find different ways. And I think we as black people, as people in general, we got to be strong to know that they're going to do that. That's coming. If these people could steal us from our homes, enslave us, and then after they so-called freed us, do systematic shit to oppress us, best believe this is going to come.
Absolutely. You know who else is killing it and opening a lot of doors as well? Kenya Barris.
Yeah.
He's not.
I kind of don't think he get his respect.
I was just about to say, the reason he's not going to get his flowers like he should, like he was getting, and then it kind of just stopped, is because of Black as Fuck. Well, Black AF. Because of the reception of Black AF, I think people are being really hesitant on giving him his flowers. Same thing goes with Tyler Perry. You know, I don't like a lot of the things that he does. Yeah, I don't like a lot of what Tyler Perry does. However, I'm going to give that man all his respect because of what he is doing in the industry, how he's able to maneuver in the industry. There are certain creators that when they walk through those doors, no matter what creed of color you come from, you're going to shake his hand. You're going to shake her hand.
Right.
And there are some creators that don't look like us that walk through the door and won't even get a second take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how the movement is going. Now it's an open playing field. So you got to find a creative way to keep us down because we are out here smart than a motherfucker. We are out here creative than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So if you really want that smoke, you can go for it.
But it ain't going to work the way you think it is.
It ain't going to work the way you think it is because, again, at one point, Ryan Coogler had the highest grossing MCU movie starring 85 to 90% black people.
And it was one of your favorites.
Yeah. And you have to admit it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great day. It's a great
really
day. So
is.
Big up to Ryan Coogler, man. I really look forward to that TV show. Dog, they already broke him off a big bag.
Yeah.
What is the budget going to be like for a Wakanda TV show? If they're smart. It's not like they penny pinching because they throwing money to WandaVision.
If they're smart, at minimum, it has to be what they did for Black Panther, as far as budget wise. At minimum. At minimum, because he was able to do that with that. So now we're giving the series. We'll want at least that, if not then some. So at minimum, it has to be that to me.
I can see them cutting back on it just ever so slightly. And when I say cutting back on it, I think the on the ground is going to be beautiful the same way that it was. But I think we're going to not necessarily ditch a lot of the CGI because a lot of CGI is what kind of makes it. But we are going to find different ways, you know, to catch those certain things because I think Black Panther's budget was something super ridiculous, and I'm running out of words to use.
The reason I think it's going to be fairly big is for two reasons. Number one is, like I said before, they're going to want at least that, and number two is because of Chadwick. I think Chadwick has so much influence and so much power within the MCU by his untimely passing that just gave him more power. So where they're like, no, we want this right because we want Chadwick to be proud of this.
Right.
So that's why I think, you know, they're going to kind of throw some money at this.
Yeah. So Black Panther had a budget of $200 million, which is far less than what I thought it would have, considering everything they did to it. But box office 1.35 billion.
Yeah. B.
Right. So yeah, we'll sign you to 5 years. You want a TV show? Take that.
Yeah.
Do whatever you need. So to actually come to think about it, 200 million, you know, an episode ain't something too crazy.
Well, I don't know if it'd be 2 million an episode. I don't know that.
Well, no, they'll definitely have those big budget episodes, and then they'll have those, you know.
I don't know if it'd be 2 million an episode, 2 million an episode, but overall, it will be at least 200 million.
Come on, man. As soon as they announce the Wakanda TV show, Disney Plus subscriptions, they're already insane. That shit, they're going to triple.
I looked at, I don't know how true this is, but I looked at, like when WandaVision was first coming out, I looked at Marvel will be able to have a show or a movie that can play every week for like 6 months.
Yeah.
I was like, that is nuts.
Yeah, that's why I'll never understand when people say, "Oh, I'm going to do the whole MCU." Like, you have no life is what it sounds like. And that's not a dig. When people say, "Oh, you're lame," or whatever. I mean, you legit must not have shit else to do.
Yeah.
Because that seems damn near impossible. That seemed like something you do early quarantine, early COVID.
But yeah, probably so.
Definitely get knocked out
probably
early COVID.
So. And even then, you're going to be like, been watching this all day. Let me change something else for a second.
Right. Like, let me see what's going on.
I'm tired of saving the world, goddammit.
Let this shit burn for a second. Again, shout out to Ryan Coogler, man. Big ups to you, and continue to thrive. Continue to thrive to all black creators out there as well. Obviously, we know what the light in the tunnel is. Will we all make it there? No. Will enough of us make it there? Absolutely. For those that actually want that, strive for it, continue to go for it. If you don't have that kind of success, still strive for what you see as personal success.
Right.
Don't just stop just because the next man made a movie that box office 1.35 billion. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you're not going to kill, with the B, big B's, big Obama B's, as old boy would say. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to shut down a film festival.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you're not going to kill it on a Hulu stream. You know what I'm saying? Don't never compare your success to the next man or next woman's success. Nah. Just be the success that you want.
Just be you.
That's going to be satisfying and go from there. Now, when you get those big B's, and if what my words that came across you help, cut the check.
Yeah, cut it.
Cut the check. On some more black excellente, Black Lives Matter, and former Georgia rep Stacey Abrams up for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Really?
Which I couldn't help but to crack up laugh at, man. And we're going to talk about it on the beat as well, but it's so amazing how a group that America has tried their damnedest to label as a terrorist organization, and a black woman that they tried their damnedest to demonize and criminalize, are now both up for a prize that America holds so near and dear to them.
Yeah, that's wow. I mean, big ups to them.
Absolutely.
Big ups to them. And I'm not saying it's wild because they shouldn't get it or anything like that. Just saying it's wild that they chose him. Like, I wouldn't expect that.
Now, to my knowledge, because like I said, I was looking into the stories and everything. I just thought about it. We talked about it on yesterday's The Beat episode, which was today, which is Tuesday. Recording these is like the weirdest time machine situation, so ignore me. But when you look at who all falls into that Nobel Peace Prize lane, these are all people who are really, upstanding, at least the American people. But I think the prize comes out of Norway, because the people that nominated them, both of them on the Norwegian board or something. I can't even think about it right now. But so now this prestigious award that this black as fuck organization is getting, and that this amazing representative is getting, the one that y'all wouldn't even allow on the voting boards. We ain't forgot none of that shit. But these two people that you tried to criminalize, is that even a word?
Criminalize is a word.
Just making sure that you tried to criminalize and defame and do all these evil and wretched things to, are now going to get a fucking award for being the most peaceful people on earth. You look dumb. Yeah.
America is slowly, the big wigs in America are slowly starting to really look stupider by the day.
Absolutely.
At one point, you got white folks raiding the Capitol, and then y'all demonize these black people, but they get the Nobel Peace Prize. It's just,
and y'all ain't getting nothing but a prison sentence.
Like
federal charge.
It's just funny to me. It's just funny to me how America thinks they're operating, or how America thinks the rest of the world doesn't see that that they're blatantly fucked up. It's just funny to me.
You said it on the episode that wasn't able to make it out, but you're exactly right with that sentence. America is the slow kids.
Yeah.
They're the ones with the helmets and the drool. Mm-hmm. That's exactly who they are.
And proud that they drew a school bus.
So proud. Mm-hmm. So proud. I made a giraffe ass niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Do you see the spots? Look at the spots.
Look at the spots.
I made that brown.
You ain't ever seen a brown giraffe? But yeah, man, I think that's amazing. And, you know, the person that nominated,
you think we'll get in trouble for that?
I mean, probably.
Fuck it.
We didn't say what condition. We just said special. Now we had, you know, specific.
Exactly. I don't even got to ask that now. We say everything's so fucking sensitive.
Oh, absolutely. Damn, what was I about? Oh yeah. So one of the one of the people on the Norwegian board that I can't remember what the hell the name of it is called. They compare Stacey Abrams' efforts to Martin Luther King Jr. That had to be the best thing said about Stacey Abrams coming from a white person in power. Granted, they were Norwegian, but like it's been a smear campaign for Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, it really has.
You know what I'm saying?
No reason at that.
They've tried to destroy and defame her name for the longest.
For no reason.
For no reason whatsoever. And then Black Lives Matter. I mean, like I said, they literally tried to list Black Lives Matter as a terrorist organization.
All because they said, hey, stop killing us. Fucking terrorists.
All because they said to stop killing us. And that one Black Lives Matter rally, a nut went off and killed people, and they thought that was enough. Like, nah, if you gonna do that, then KKK should have been on there a long time ago. They've been killing Americans since who the fuck knows when.
Did they just list the KKK as a terrorist organization?
I don't
like just recently. I thought I saw something that said, I don't know. I have to look into it, but either they are just recently being listed or they're still not listed.
I don't think they're listed still, because I think you can still legally become a card carrying member of the KKK. And once you're listed as a terrorist organization, you can't legally operate, you know what I'm saying, as a club or wherever the fuck they are.
That's crazy.
And if they are listed as a terrorist organization, we should be hearing about a shit ton of arrests, because if y'all are terrorists and y'all are legal card carrying members of this organization, we should be able to go through a cool little pamphlet and find out exactly who y'all are.
But you can't arrest yourself.
You can't arrest yourself. Kev out here with the poetry. Nigga said. But yeah, man, that's it. You know, it was very comforting to see that, because it seems like everyone else recognizes what we're trying to do over here. And that doesn't mean racism doesn't exist in any other country. We know that for sure. That's an experience that's been shared through and through.
Right.
You know, but when you're considered the land of the free, and we've had that conversation on the episode that we missed out as well, when you're considered the land of the free, you would think that they would recognize the efforts before.
You would think.
You know, a motherfucker in Norway recognizes it.
Yeah, you would think. But like I said on the show before, America has done a good job of fooling the world.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They got the world thinking that they're this upstanding country and come over here and live your life and do it. No. You know how hard it is for people from other countries to get over here?
Absolutely.
You know how hard it is for the people that live here to manage here? You know, America's a joke.
Like I said, this is a place where they tried to make Black Lives Matter a terrorist organization, while the KKK and Proud Boys were praised by the former president. And on the other side, people recognize what racism actually looks like, and recognize when people are actually trying to make change and bring peace and positivity, not in a sense exclusively for black people, but for everybody.
Yeah.
Because again, the mission of Black Lives Matter and Stacey Abrams, you know, mission has just been to live equally, not superior, equally.
Yeah.
2021 should not be a year that motherfuckers are still fighting for equal rights.
And it just shows you that America they never wanted equal rights.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They've always wanted it to be white superiority. Like they never want equal rights. Like, period. They may make you think, yeah, we all for the equal, want everything to be equal. No, you don't.
You know what's even more fucked up? They won't even try just to see whether or not
America
we will go for supremacy.
America is that friend that'll steal something and then help you look for it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like, man, what the fuck happened to my keys? And he moved, you hear that little jingle.
Right.
And you're like, are they Nah, cause
They're my keys. What you talking about?
that jingle is racism. Is that my key? Nah, what you mean? No, I got my keys. Oh, okay. And cause sometimes they try to distract us and you stop with, well, you ain't got no damn car. Give my keys. Metaphors, we got them. But yeah, man, it's sad, but at the same time, it's no longer a surprise. And I don't think it's been a surprise in any of my adult years. That's another fucked up thing too, because I was watching, another great creator. We were just talking about this movie on the last episode, Nate Parker. I was watching him on the Breakfast Club and he was like, he felt bad because he had to traumatize his son just to prepare him for the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
that's something I look forward to.
Like when you think about what the talk is, like if you put a bunch of different ethnicities and with a bunch of different lived experiences throughout life and have all of them be parents and you point at all of them and say, what is the talk to your kid? It's going to sound similar everywhere around until you get to the black and brown people.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Do you remember your first racist moment where somebody was being racist towards you, whether you knew what was happening or not?
Oh man, I was a kid in Inglewood. You know what I'm saying? Like it's being a kid in Los Angeles and going into a store ran by a Korean. And that's not shots at Korean people or anything like that. I'm saying this in the sense of
that's what happened.
If you grew up in LA in the 90s and you went into a store owned by a Korean as a black person, a Korean. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I get you.
Having to go into a store and see some shit like that and, shit just recently. You know what I'm saying? Getting, riding around on a 30 day because they not just 10 days because can't nobody get to the fucking DMV. I'm so.
Right. I had to get my appointment's on until August 8th.
Mine ain't until April 23rd, bro.
I mean,
I'm
right there not August. I mean, April 8th.
So yours the exact same way. So I'm riding around on these moving permits and I'm so fucking paranoid that they say you're supposed to put the moving permit on the front. I got one on the front, on the back, and I'm considering taping one right next to my license plate, for being completely honest. And still getting pulled over and having a cop look at me in my face and go, I pulled you over because your tags are expired. And I'm like, yeah, but I got 2 moving permits. Oh, literally how he said it. Yeah. Oh, motherfucker, stop. You are a cop.
Exactly.
You know exactly what that shit taped in the back of my shit is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And let me be specific because obviously I don't go outside and somebody's like, nigger. You know what I'm saying?
Might as well, Craig.
Might as well. But anytime I do have to just maneuver, I always feel myself being profiled, especially when you're a 6 foot big nigga.
Yeah,
with male resting bitch face.
I get what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like every fucking time I go outside, I feel like I'm being profiled unless I go somewhere and I'm around other black people. And even then, that's not necessarily the best situation either because now this other motherfucker could be looking at me like, I got a problem with you. I just had that same situation going into Walmart the other day. It was a nigga that was parked in the handicap section. No handicap sticker, but I guess he was parked there just in case, security or whatever rolled up. And he was rapping loud as fuck outside his window. And I walked past him. He starts rapping a certain part of the song, like extra loud once I started walking past him. And something told me, I was like, just kind of glance over. And this nigga was looking dead at me rapping the lyrics. And it was like, yeah, nigga. I'm like, bro, I don't fucking know you.
I just got out my car.
I came in here for a money order to pay rent. I don't know what the fuck going on with you. I don't know what's happening going forward. But that's a whole nother conversation of being a black man in America.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's a daily occurrence. What about you?
My first instance, I was a kid. Actually, we had just moved out here. I don't want to say we just moved out here, and we were in the apartment. I don't even think we were in school yet. And you have the apartment kids. Your apartment kids, and I was cool with all of them. We played every day, cool, and we were very diverse. It was me, I was black, of course. It was a Mexican kid, it was an Asian kid, it was actually 2 sets of Mexican kids. There was another black kid. We were very diverse, but we was always cool. All of us, we be in each other's houses and stuff. Like we was cool. One day, these 2 black kids, I guess they came up from the apartments across the street, and they came over to us. We were all outside playing, and two of the Mexican kids were brother and sister. I don't know what transpired on why they did this or anything like that, but these two boys, they beat those kids' ass, the girl and the boy.
Damn.
Right? So it all stops. They stop and stuff like that, and the kids, they go home to their parents. You know what I mean? And the parents is the dad. He's like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" He comes out and he's yelling at me. Did you know them? Like, he's going off of me. And at this point, I am in tears because I'm a kid. I don't understand what's going on. My friends just got their ass kicked. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what was going on, but he was going at me because I was black. They were black who did it. You know what I mean? I didn't know what was going on. And I went home to my mom. I'm crying and I'm telling her what happened. And she went down and situated to apologize and stuff like that. But it wasn't until I got in my teen years I realized that was a racist moment, Kev. Like,
right.
that was racist. So that was my first instance, like, dealing with it. And even now, like you said, even now I can go to my homeboy's house and he has like, security guards at the gate. You know what I mean? And they'll the ones that's been there a long time, they'll be like, all right, just go. The ones that ain't, they'll be like, hey, yeah, where you going? They'll stop you. And if I haven't seen them before, then I'll be like, all right, cool, whatever. No problem, you knew. But the ones I see, I'm like, you motherfuckers only stop me, and I look at my rear view, y'all ain't stop nobody else.
Right.
But y'all only stop me. Okay, I see what it was. And it gets to the point where, like, when I'm leaving, because it's a gate, it's one way in, one way out. So it's a gate coming in, that's when they stop me, it's the same gate coming out. So one time I was coming out and I stopped just to see if this person would say anything. I was like, yo, y'all only stop the black people. Oh, okay. Like, I ain't got no problem saying whatever. But like I seen a shirt on Instagram that said, being black is kind of dope. It's dangerous as fuck, but it's dope.
Yo, we used to, I ain't gonna use any names, but back when we used to, go to the street pharmacist, there was one dude.
Yeah, I was going to the street pharmacist. But yeah,
there was one dude who lived in this it's exact same kind of gated community where it's no gate code. You got to give the name. They got to call and do all this shit unless they recognize you. Now, I'm making no secret. I go to work. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to, you know what I'm saying, light one up, pull back, I'm there. That's just what I do. So you've clearly seen me a shit ton of times.
You've seen me enough times to know. Okay.
And I remember just watching a car pull up and they just go.
Yeah.
And then getting pulled up and having to deal with the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm all like, y'all are holding me up just because I'm black, not even realizing I'm over here buying weed from a white boy. Y'all have just been letting this drug trafficker go in and out every fucking day. But y'all worried about me. So I completely understand where you're coming from, bro. Yeah. That shit is wild. But I do say all that to say, congratulations to Black Lives Matter. At least the founders, I believe that's going to be the ones who are going to get it. And, Stacey Abrams, if you're not going to get your flowers here on our own soil, then definitely get it somewhere where the world recognizes that you're about peace and everything that you're doing.
Do you know off the top of your head, you don't have to look this up, but has it been significant time between them getting it and the last black person to get it?
I don't think it's been significant time. I think Obama got it as well. Okay. As far as like the latest person I can think about, I believe Obama got it.
Okay.
Again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure someone else then got it in that time. My dumb ass is about to say Kendrick. Well, I know he got the Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah.
And I strongly doubt that, you gonna get a Nobel Peace Prize after making Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah. But yeah,
if he did though.
But if he got a Pulitzer, so it's not, not all the way out of possibility. But yeah, we're actually just going to go ahead and wrap up here. Cause I definitely got to record the beat pretty soon, but go ahead and follow us at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow everything B Network at bnetworkonline.com, noisemerch.threadless.com. And search Beat Network with the exclamation point. Please say the exclamation point the same way you say the baby on Weezy F baby. When you search us on Amazon and download that, put that in your rotation, in your app rotation, and you can watch us on there or listen to us on there because this is definitely coming out audio wise. Anything you want to say to the people before we head out?
Nah, man, just appreciate everybody's support and thank you.
Absolutely. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.